Yay! Hello, everybody. Welcome to our PinTech Live special with Insider Connected. We have George Gomez with us. And before we start, we want to do a sound check. Can you all hear me?
Everyone.
Let's see in the chat.
I can hear you.
Yeah. And George, you say hello as well, and we'll
Hello,
see if
everybody.
everyone can hear you. Awesome.
Hello, everybody.
All right. Do we sound? Oh, maybe you're not listening. Yes, you can hear us. Awesome. First time chat from Gamera9. Perfect. Let's go. Cool. So we have George here today to explain everything Insider Connected. And you can see Kyle is standing next to our awesome Godzilla Pro, designed by Keith Elwin with art by Zombie Yeti. It's beautiful. We've been having so much fun playing it. And now we can all connect together to share our high scores and everything like that. So let's just start off with George. Can you just kind of give us the elevator pitch of what Insider Connected is for those who don't know about it? You all should by now.
Yeah, so it's Insider Connected is our initiative to connect all the pinball machines, and it's a whole new way to interact with them. It really extends just the fun of the machines into a new area. Every device in our world is connected, and pinball was late to that party. And certainly, I think when people start interacting with it, we'll know a lot, they will understand a lot more about what it is. Right now, they haven't touched it, they haven't felt it, and so they're imagining things that how it works. But when they actually get hands-on, I think it's going to be an eye-opener.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the reasons why we wanted to do this show too, is like to really show what the menu systems look like, how to connect, and to kind of get everyone really excited for this.
Yeah, I think.
Did you think it was?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. I think that, I was very influenced by my time back in the 2000s. I was running an Xbox and PlayStation development team when Xbox Live and PlayStation Network were born. And so I had to put the games online. And a lot of that experience, I saw how transformational it was for that product. And I think what I wanted to do with Insider is I wanted to do a very pinball specific version of those systems. And not everything is the same, obviously, because by making it pinball specific, it is really intended to take advantage of the way that we interact with the machines. We play the machines at home, we play the machines on the street, we play the machines in tournaments. And the machines also have many users, right? Operators interact with the machines, and they put them out there. And so it was a matter of taking all that stuff keeping all that stuff in mind, and sort of expanding on all of it. So the system is really designed to give you new ways to play with the pinball machines. The achievement system really refreshes almost every rule set in the 70. Actually, all the rule sets in the 17 titles that have LCDs. The Spike 2 system games; those are all the games you can connect. And if you're tired of one of the games, you've owned it for a while, and just connecting
it.
Yeah,
hit all the wizard modes already.
You've been through it, and really connecting it is gonna give you a whole new perspective on that particular game.
Yeah, it'll be a neat way to jump back into again, a game that maybe I played it out there as Smith, or I don't need to play Batman. Okay, I'm over that one for now. I'll make you want to go back to it. I think all of us really like achievements. Everyone likes getting those little pop-ups and saying, "Hey, you did something good." And I think the ability to program in clever new challenges. Pinball doesn't have to just be about going for modes and getting multi-balls and jackpots and getting high scores. pinball, everyone really likes pinball. Do this, try to do it within 30 seconds. If you can, good job, you win. I think that'll be a fun way to challenge people moving forward with trying to get it.
Awesome. Were you able to hear him,
No.
George?
No. No.
It was like every other word. I think everyone else heard him, but yeah, the achievements are really exciting, is what Kyle was talking about.
Yeah, I think there's a whole bunch of features. The entire thing began with trying to put pinball machines online and create new ways of interacting with the pinball machines, right? So Insider brings the ability to not just achievements, but profile badges. Profile badges are things that maybe aren't related to a specific game. Right. They can be related to an event or a time. So, I mean, we're going to do a series of global, like international profile badges for cities, based on cities. And for example, Godzilla destroyed Chicago. You're only getting that profile badge if you played in Chicago, right? But Godzilla destroyed Paris. It destroyed Melbourne. It destroyed Milwaukee. It destroyed LA. But
I got to travel to all those places.
That's right. You got to travel to all those cities if you're going to get those. But yeah. So I think that, profile badges can also reward you for just, hey, I played my 100th Insider Connected game. Okay, here's a badge. So it's a variety of. Right. I mean, you can track scores, you can do achievements, you can do profile badges. We have the concept of treasure chests coming. And treasure chests are basically just going to give you random awards. So you'll be playing a game and hey, I got a treasure chest. And then you go back and check it on your phone or check it on any device, and you'll see, hey, maybe you got a T-shirt, maybe you got a hat, maybe you got whatever it is that you got. So. Of course, promotions, which allow operators to create specific promotions relative to their locations to draw loyalty to their locations. But promotions also span into the home, right? Because we are going to run promotions. Stern Pinball is going to run promotions. And that means that it's another way for you to enter different things and win different things. And then, of course, there's forums. Forums are coming early in the year. Every game will have a forum. Every game will have the ability for you to, ask questions directly of the company about whatever, whether it's a technical issue or just how does this rule work? And so, I mean, forums are intended to create a dialogue within our community about our games and around everything that is related to the games. There's going to be a suite of tournament-focused tools for guys that are running tournaments. So, I mean, there's, it's like I can go on and on and on. I've got a whole Expo presentation.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, yeah, you're doing a big seminar at Pinball Expo that's coming up next week. Yeah. And on that Thursday, too, we are going to have Stern Pinball Insider Connected and Godzilla Party at Logan Arcade, one of Chicago's premier arcades, Thursday night. And you guys have already loaded a special badge for that too, right?
Yep. It's going to be a little preview of how challenge quests work.
Very
because
cool.
There's going to be a challenge quest to play at Logan and at Expo, and so it's just a little preview of how challenges work. It'll be very cool.
Awesome. And I'm going to read some of the questions from the chat too. And then I want to kind of just go from the beginning, like how to get connected and everything like that.
Got it.
So Dent0123 asked, when will the QR device kits be available for purchase to the consumers, and how much will they cost?
They will cost $199.99. That is the retail price.
Nice.
And that is intended to basically help, everybody afford it, everybody get into it. And so they will actually be going to operators first. And the reason for that is because we want it's a way to get more people engaged with the system, because you don't have to own a pinball machine to go to a location and interact with it and sort of begin getting to understanding, oh, this is so cool,
Right.
I can do this. So I think one of the things, like, you get 3 people standing around a pinball machine playing together, and as they progress through the game, like when you're waiting for your turn, you can check your phone and you can see exactly all the different stuff, the details of all the stuff you've done. And
cool.
you can, and if you're connected to your friends, you can see what they're doing. So there's a lot of, and it's very instantaneous. It's very, very cool. So yeah, there's tons of stuff like that coming. But November, they'll be available, the kits. There's 2 kits. There's a premium Elite kit, which is actually very simple. The Pro kit is actually a little bit more complex because we ship you a new apron, a new bottom arch. But the premium Elite kit's basically just plug and play into where the right corner plastic is on your games. There are some games that have special bottom arches, and they get special kits like Batman, Elvira, Beatles. Those get a special apron, so that when you're done, it looks just like what you had, except that it's got the reader in it.
Cool. And
they are, yeah.
So my question is, and maybe we can actually show it on the game, Kyle. Maybe you want to switch places with me, actually, Kyle, and I'll go and operate the camera. But how easy is it to put these kits on the machines?
So it's really very simple.
I can do it.
You can do it.
Or do I need a technician to do it?
If anyone can do it, you can do it.
Okay,
no, it's so easy. Gary Stern can do it. Okay? So. Yeah. It's like the.
I'm gonna show it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So on the pros, you're going to swap your apron for the new apron, and then you're going to connect. There's an RJ45 cable that comes with the kit. You're going to go from there to the Node 8 on your playfield, which is the node board at the front of the playfield, and then you're going to put a Wi-Fi dongle into the USB key, one of the USB slots in your back box, and you're done. Of course, there's some menu. You're going to have to have to join Insider, and it's free. You can join join Insider for free, and then there's a menu built into the game that'll walk you through connecting the game to your network, and you're good to go. You can also, instead of the USB key with Wi-Fi, you can also run an Ethernet cable into your game and just plug it into one of the RJ45s in the on the carrier board on the Spike 2 board in the back box, and you're good to go.
Super simple. I was really also pleasant to see a menu with OG one.
Yeah, the menuing system. Of course, we've all interacted with lots of different menus by now on how to connect things, and so we had a lot of templates to look at.
We started maybe talk about the history of this.
Yeah. Here, come switch with me real quick, because I'm gonna look at your microphones not working. But you can come be me, and I'll go be you.
Yeah, I like the role.
And then you can talk about the.
I'm assuming.
Just put these headphones on.
This is getting confusing, but okay, now I'm at another computer. I like it. Oh, geez, I'm a lot taller than Emoto. Let me adjust this camera.
Kyle, there you go.
Okay, there's my head.
Now. Yep.
Okay, so a lot of people, unfortunately, never got their hands on Pinball 2000 games, but Pinball 2000 did run on a PC, and you were a creative giant in that whole process.
Yep.
Let's talk about some of the ideas that you had at Williams to connect the pinball to the internet at that time.
Right. So you have to put it in the context of it's 1999. By the way, Pinball 2000 was built in 1999. But it's 1999. The internet is what it was at the time, meaning that there wasn't as much of a social component to it. And the very first, you could run an Ethernet cable into a Pinball 2000 game. And hook it up to the internet, and the intention with most of the connected features on that product was all about service. It was all about the machine, notifying an operator that it was down. It was all about understanding the machine, communicating back what's broken, so that I can, when I go to the location, I know what I have to fix it. So it's very service oriented. So Insider there are three levels of Insider. There's the free level, which everyone should, it's free, it literally is free, and there aren't any in-app purchases or anything like that. So you just sign up and have a good time. And that allows you to earn achievements both at home and on the street. It allows you to, if you own a game, you get free code downloads. You're going to be able to participate in forums. You can win treasure chests. You can do certain promotions. You can do, all that stuff is available on the free account. There's what we call the All Access account. All Access account is a paid account. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Down the road, there's going to be more game interactive stuff that, we're trying to, I've always felt that the existing All Access membership doesn't offer enough value. So we're trying to figure out ways of creating things that add value for that account. And then, of course, there's the Pro account. A Pro account is a professional tool set for operators of pinball machines. And that has a lot of the service functionality. Actually, it's got a lot more service functionality than the original Pinball 2000 stuff that you're referring to. And that's really intended for an operator to not only build location loyalty, like you play at his location, he can create special challenges, special promotions to draw you to his locations. He can give away anything that he can legally give away, and wherever it is that he is.
So what about like a simple thing like player X is he really likes your Deadpool. Is there a way to reward player X or a group of players for continued loyalty?
Absolutely. So he can create promotions around games. So you can say play Deadpool every day this week, Monday through Friday, whatever he decides. And the promotions always have a start, they have an end. He can set the parameters. This is what you have to do. Play 30 days of Stranger Things, whatever it is, and then he'll reward you for it. So he can set up these little challenges, these little promotions, little quests around the games that he has at his location, around the events that he has going on. And the rewards can be as simple as it's like the punch card at your coffee shop where you buy 10 cups of coffee and you get the 11th one free, or he can do whatever he wants with that stuff. And of course, Stern Pinball, we're going to be doing promotions and quests and challenges to the community also. So we'll be giving stuff away. I mean, some of our big promotions, we're going to give away a pinball machine. So it's kind of like, those kinds of things will, they have all levels. Some of them are virtual rewards. Like we are going down the road of creating collections that you can then eventually, we want to create a trading economy and have you basically, hey, I've got 10 of the Deadpool cards, but I have 9, I need the 10th, and I have more, I have 3 5s, and Kyle, you need a 5, so I'm going to give you a 5, So I think there's a lot of that stuff that's coming. That there's a huge component for the home and huge component for the street.
Yeah, I think that's neat. I think I was curious what it would offer in differentiation between like a home and a street level player, or for the operator. And it seems like it's the more you talk about it, the more exciting it seems, because everyone likes collecting things, right? Or maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
But the idea of promotions and like Stern pushed promotions versus like the operators pushed promotions versus I don't know. There's a lot to it. I'm really excited to get my hands on one and watch it flesh itself out.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you're going to have. So, we, of course, we'll have.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just lost George.
The
video ends.
Oh, did you guys lose me?
Yeah, I lost you for just a second.
Okay.
I think I can hear you again now. I think we lost you for maybe 10 seconds or so.
Okay. Yeah, I just. So now I was talking about leaderboards. Eventually, you're going to be able to create your own team quests, your own leaderboards, and issue those to your connections. So yeah, there's so much coming. And I think when people really start getting their hands on it, and like I said, the very first thing is achievements just scratching the surface.
So when it comes to leaderboards, I think one of the people sitting and being like armchair strategists, obviously there has to be a way to weigh leaderboards, right? Because Bob in his living room with the game flat, the glass off, is going to have 9,999,999 points, right? But maybe is there an internal way where you're ranking these scores for a location or something like that versus home?
I mean, I think that absolutely. So I think that you have. When we first started talking about leaderboards, most of the tournament players in the building were of the opinion that it wasn't going to mean much because you don't know who did what how. It doesn't have the legitimacy of a tournament, right? And so and that that's absolutely true, but it depends on what leaderboard you're looking at and where how it took place, right? So because the location leaderboard could theoretically be somewhat policed, so as opposed to leaderboard, who's got the highest score on Deadpool on the planet? Well, that's a little tough, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The way games can be set up or maintained, etc. You'd think like a score at Logan Arcade would be weighed heavier than Bob's living room or basement or something. So and you did mention to me also a cell phone app. It won't always necessarily be a web-based thing on the phone.
The web app was strictly a way to launch. We have a dedicated app in development, and that dedicated app is going to basically just going to make access that much easier. I mean, I have like, let's see, this is like, you guys can't see my phone, right? Yeah, there it is.
No.
There's my that's my Apple Wallet,
I can scan it on here. We could go through the phone then.
Sorry, Emoto was saying something. Emoto wants to work. Emoto was actually wanting to show the web app on her phone. Is that what you said, Emoto? I'm not used to being in the command chair. She's doing all the work now, and I'm being the commander. We're role reversals here. She'll get that fired up in just a second.
Yeah, so I mean, when it's a dedicated app, you're going to have all the functionality you currently have in the web app plus more, because you'll have the convenience of getting right to it. Right now, the simplest thing to do is either create a wallet, like a wallet card, like I did for your phone, or using one of the myriad apps to do that, or you can. I mean, the absolute simplest thing is take a picture of your QR code, that identifies you and throw it into your photos, right? And you just walk up to
save it as a screenshot.
Yeah, just I mean, you can download it. There's functionality in the there's functionality in the app to just download your QR code, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can print it and put it in your wallet if you want.
Yeah, I did see someone, a friend of mine on Facebook had printed his QR code out and taped it to the back of his cell phone case. So now it is always available, which is quite funny.
We were talking about who's going to be the first guy that tattoos it on his palm.
Yeah, right. I'm sure. Oh, maybe you need to start a contest for that too, and see who might go down that permanent route.
Yeah.
Is this how many people on staff have you brought in for this project? I mean, the amount of content to be created, is that something that's in-house right now? Or?
So the entire system, 3 different groups worked on it. 2 external groups, a group working on all the backend server stuff, a group working on all the user interface, all the flows, all that stuff, and an internal group integrating it into the game, working through the achievement systems, working through a bunch of the stuff, the functional stuff like code downloads and all that stuff. So 3 engineering groups, a bunch of designers, a bunch of artists. It's been a massive effort. It's taken me, the good part of 2.5 years I've lived this thing.
Wow.
From the very first times I walked in and said, you know what, I know everybody's talking about connecting the games, but I want to do something a little different. And so I don't want to just connect the games. I don't want to just download code. I really want a system that is very interactive, as interactive as we can make it. And I want it to be able to grow. I want it to be able to evolve. So as things become important, or as things become, as trends shift, I want to be able to respond. So that's really what drove the whole design.
Was a lot of your testing done in-house? Were there any on-location test sites in Chicago maybe that worked? So
all the testing there was testing done remotely, but it was all done inside the facilities that we, like the studios that were helping me build it out did a lot of the testing internally, and some of the beta testing. That the issue with the beta testing has been that we had to have it like really, really under tight security, and so we were a little cautious with how we tested.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think a location thing would have been out there, just because I think most of us would have seen it by now if it was in arcade somewhere. My history testing games tells me that there's no way to keep that under the wraps. So it's sort of And honestly, how do you keep it under wraps when you need people to sign up, and you have to encourage signups and stuff. So I mean, we tested the functionality of does Wi-Fi work in this environment, that all that kind of stuff, but actually testing the system was done internally. And you said that this has been your a major focus of your time for almost 3 years now. Is this what you've spent most of your creative, passionate energy on that past time? I mean, there's a lot to it, man. I was not expecting it to be as fleshed out and big right away.
It's pretty much consumed me. Of course, I've had to do my real job on top of it. So it's been. When after Expo, I'm gonna chill a little bit because it's been and we're hardly done. We're hardly done, right? So it's like I was telling somebody the other day that when you do a game, right, when you're the designer on a game, you have a really intense 14, 16 months, but then you're done, and then you get to go, wow, it's done, it's out on the street. I'm kicking back until I figure out the next thing, but this is different because I've got another year of development of code drops of features, and it won't even stop then, because as I mean, this is a system. This system, it's a beast, and it needs to be fed. And
it's
so
constantly
like
evolving.
That's right. And I mean, look, there's going to be an entire division of people inside the organization that are going to do nothing but drive, maintain, develop, right? I mean, so you have to have. So the way I look at it is, when I first started talking about this, one of the analogies I used to use was, what are the 12 months of Deadpool? What are the 12 months of Deadpool? What are the content drops? What are the engagement features? What are all the things I'm doing with Deadpool this year, right? So imagine so take a step back and now look at, what are the 12 months of Insider Connected this coming year? What are the 12 months? The games that were, now clearly launch and all of that, right? But the games that we're highlighting, the games that we're launching, the games that we're supporting. And so now it's no secret, the most popular, largest footprint stuff is going to get the most attention, because that's what people are interested in.
Sure.
So, but I think of it that way. Think of it, what are the 12 months of, you name it. And that's what
I get you.
And that's what's coming. That's what's coming. So
there's a lot. Well, I guess that kind of comes back to then, like, has it been fun, like your designer, I mean, the whole team, going back and maybe thinking of what you guys will do for some of your previous games too? I can see that would be probably really enjoyable to look back, 4 or 5 titles and be like,
you know what, it's another bite at the apple, right? It's like the designer, sort of an opportunity to refresh his game. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, we were talking earlier, right? If you've played through your Guardians, you know everything about your Guardians, and now somebody shows up and says, hey, make me an achievement system for Guardians. And the cool thing about achievements, so you're going to see this, hopefully at Expo, you're going to see this, right? The Iron Maiden achievements are way different. I'm just like 100 of those things or something, and versus the Deadpool achievements. And the things that we're going to ask you to do relative to the achievements are completely different. So it's like layering another rule set into the rule set that you already know and love. And guess what? The Deadpool ones, they feel like Deadpool. And the Iron Maiden ones, they feel like Iron Maiden. So they're not at all the same. And the best designer, the best thing that's happened to those is that, just like the games, the designers have taken and said, no, I want to do this and this, right? So, Chanyo came up with a whole bunch of, like, in Deadpool, there's some time challenges relative to beating characters. And the first time I ran into them, the first time I played them, and I know the game pretty well, and the first time I played them, I was like, wow, that's really cool. It's not enough to beat them. I had to beat them in 15 seconds. And I was like, okay, all right. And then, I beat them in 30 seconds. Oh, okay, all right, I'll try that again. So there's a lot of stuff that, and I guarantee you that the Turtles achievements, the Iron Maiden achievements, all different.
There's a lot to do in all of those different games. I mean, and that's the thing. Again, it gives you another layer, a different way to play the game. Are you familiar with pin golf?
Yes, vaguely. Yeah, exactly.
It's a fun way to do it, right? It's exactly. Like how whoever can get to battle, I start X mode or whatever is the one who wins this. And it's a different way to play a game that is not necessarily linear, but something that usually has a focused progression, right? I want to do these modes, get the multi-ball, go into this mode, whatever. It gives you a whole new way to try to do things.
That's right. So the introduction. So what we've done is we've tried to gamify as much of the system as possible. Mm-hmm. So when you see quests, they're very gamified. When you see challenges, they're very gamified. I mean, it's like, so we've gamified all of it, or as much as we could, to try to create something really interesting and new. And it's ever evolving, right? It's like, this is a commitment. This is the company has made a commitment to this. This is like, this is not like a thing, a fad, a 3-game thing or whatever. This is like the rest of our, the future of our world. We're impacting pinball in a radical way in some ways, because it's going to touch so many things in how we interact with the games.
Absolutely. It gives you something else to think about or other things to add while designing the game, right? Your creative process is not only going to include the game itself, but what else can we do with this feature? And I think that's interesting. I think I'm excited to see what the creatives, how that evolves moving forward instead of retroactively adding them, which I think takes a different creative muscle.
Yeah, I think so. I think that people are now thinking about their games in the context of the system. And that's not the worst thing. It's just that, like, a lot of people are like, hey, what else could I do? So can I play against another person? How do I play against another person? What are the things that make sense relative to playing? What kind of team things can we do? What sort of crafting can we what crafting elements can we create? I mean, there's just a lot of stuff that's being talked about.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, sorry. There was a audio feedback for a second there. Okay, so let's talk about Expo. I think this is going to be interesting, since this is going to be a lot of people's first interaction with this system. What's the setup going to be like?
Well, so we're going to try to have anything that can be connected, that we have approval to connect. There's a couple of games we still haven't gotten license or approvals on, but everything and those will say, basically, they'll be there. They'll say coming soon. There are a few titles that probably won't be connected by Expo just because of license or approval. But everything that's on the floor that can be connected, we're going to try to have connected. So I think the magic is you go to sternpinball.com/insider, sign up, get a free account. So when you show up at Expo, you've got your unique QR code, and you can walk up to any of the machines, log in. Logging in is simply take your QR code and put it on the scanner. The scanner recognizes you instantly. It's the coolest thing, right? You see right away on screen, you see your avatar, your name, and you go, wow, it's the first time that a pinball machine has really recognized the user that way.
That was the thing that made me smile the most. Is we set up Godzilla. I got everything set up. I signed in with my account, and I got a high score of some sort, and it said my name right there, Black Cat. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Enter.
Yeah.
That just made me so happy.
Yeah, there's all kinds of functionality to, like if you have multiple players at the machine, you can change which slot you go into, and when you're done with the game, you don't have to scan in again. You can, it basically has a timer. You can fast forward the timer. You can bolt out of it, or you can continue again without having to scan again. We've got functionality coming into the system for families and groups. Like, let's say you play in your family, everybody's connected, and you don't want to be logging in every time. So we're going to have a function. We're going to have a functionality that allows you to say, okay, these are the members of my team, and this machine, serves this team, and so I mean, it's just a lot of things to try to make the process even easier and more seamless.
That's interesting. I never thought about that. Like at a home, right? To go play with family or whatnot, instead of grabbing all your phones. Yeah. See, that's why you guys are. That's why you guys are the creatives at the top.
We have. Having the QR reader on the machines is such a powerful thing, because it's like really the login thing is pretty fast and seamless. There isn't any weird back and forth or timing or waiting or anything. It's just like it's almost instantaneous. And but it also allows things like an operator he's going to have the functionality to print out his own QR codes and issue them in any way he wants. So he can leave QR code cards at a location, and he can tell the location, give them to your best players, or give them to a guy whose drink you botched, whatever. Yeah. And you go up and free play. When he on the back end, when he looks at his portal, he'll be able to see, oh, yeah, these are the free play cards, these are the real plays. All of those things are things that incentivize play at the location. He's going to have the ability to give the location control of certain things at the game without actually having to go in the cash box, which is always an issue with locations, right? You don't want the you don't want the.
It's a hard hard hurdle to cross with certain locations or something like that. Yeah. Absolutely.
And he can do things remotely, right? He can change settings on the machines. He can query. He's going to know so much about how his games perform and when they're doing what they're doing, right? Tuesday afternoons light, I probably should run some specials. Thursday nights, my Thursday nights, my Jurassic Park is booked 100% of the time. And maybe I should think about how am I going to solve that problem? So I think that there's a lot of that functionality. The games will be able to report back. And you can turn off notifications, but you can get a notification on a Friday night, the game's gone down. Normally you might not see that until a Tuesday when you collect the game.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
that's the worst.
That's the worst because you've missed out on 3 days of strong earnings because you didn't know the game was down. The location's too busy. And half the time when you go to the location says, "Oh yeah, I forgot to call you that. Yeah, the game." Right?
It's the worst. I hate that.
Yeah, so there's so much of that kind of thing. From the Stern standpoint, it's also right now. I probably would get, like when we launched Deadpool, we set up a special email address, which the operators, you guys sent me. Audits and stuff. Now I can look at a global audience of audits. I'm not looking at 30 audits. I'm looking at thousands.
Everything that's connected. Yeah. I mean, I'm just sitting here and thinking about all the time I've spent with a notepad writing down the name of games and how much they earn to go give them back to my boss. I could have saved a lot of time if this was out many years ago.
He can see. He's going to have a dashboard. His dashboard is going to have all his locations and it's going to have all his games listed. So there's a lot of power in all the tool sets. To the homeowner, I mean, the biggest single thing is just the amount of gamification that's being added to the games and content drops in interactions and challenges and new things to do.
So kind of in that line, we had someone on Twitch who asked, how do you get around the pro premium gameplay differences when it comes to achievements? He listed a specific example, or they listed a specific example with Iron Maiden, but can you speak on that?
Yeah, the achievement sets are just like the games, just like there are rules differences in a pro achievement set versus the achievement sets are going to reflect the game. So they are woven into the rule set. The things that you do we're clearly not going to ask you to do things you can't do inside the game.
Yeah.
So no, they take advantage of and expand on the rule sets for each game.
Okay. Oh. And Moto is
the verified? Oh,
yeah.
So achievements give you experience points. We call them XP, and they show up on your profile. It's nothing more than bragging rights, right? It's like it's essentially bragging rights, but the full amount of XP for each achievement can only be attained by playing on the street. Now, a lot of people misunderstood this, and so I want to make this really clear. Achievements are available to you at home. You can play to your heart's content. You can earn achievements. You can earn the same achievement. The rules aren't any different for the one you get on your home or the one you get on the street. The only thing that verified means is that you did it on a game with the glass on, right? So now, if you want to it's because somebody said to me, well, they can cheat that too. They can. You can get your operator friend to pull the glass off on location. You can take your hand and the ball and play the game with your hand. And now, if you want to cheat yourself of the fun, like
shame.
have a good time. Have a good time. Will your profile reflect that you're the king of achievements? It will, probably. but so all that, so verified, it gave us a freebie that we could, a freebie for operators, because we're essentially saying, if you want verified achievements, you have to play on the street. We don't, you know what? So we love all kinds of players. We love people that own home games in their home. We own, but the community, the reality is that most people can't own the universe of Stern Pinball machines at home. I actually know people that do, but I know people that have everything, but I also know the majority of people do not. So the street is just as important to us. And in some ways, the street is more important from the perspective that it is where most people first discover a pinball machine.
Mm-hmm.
So
more eyes on the product, more eyes on the games, right?
I want someone, when they can afford it, to think back to the game they played on location and got to love, and now they want to buy and own a pinball machine. Now, those two events, they might be separated by 15 or 20 years, but we're in it for the long haul, right? We think people first encounter a pinball machine on location. And so that experience, that it's more than likely a pro game. That experience has to be just as significant, just as impactful. That game has to be approachable. He has to have a good time. He's got to walk away feeling positive about this machine. And then hopefully after, sometime later, he's going to say, you know what, I can afford a pinball machine now. I think I'm going to buy one. And hopefully he remembers that it was us that entertained him on location. So all of those environments, when operators make more money or operating pinball machines, they buy more pinball machines. We are in the business of manufacturing and selling pinball machines. The bottom line on Insider is it's a huge marketing tool for us, but it's a marketing tool that's driven by the fact that we want people to have fun playing the games. And so here's this new way to play them. Here's this new interaction. You're going to hang out in the forums. You're going to hang out in the forums. You're going to take advantage of promotions. You're going to get free stuff with treasure chests and some of the promotions that we run. You might even get a pinball machine. You're going to get, You
keep throwing that one out there. That one sounds exciting.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, because for no particular reason, you might win a pinball machine. but I mean, so I think, you're going to have, we look forward to the notion of collections. We look forward, building out collections, creating a trading environment. We look forward to just people geeking out on pinball machines in new ways and going to our forums, interacting with our designers, interacting with, I mean, the entire thing, it's an ecosystem. It all feeds upon itself. When you buy your Deadpool, we might be telling you, hey, there's Deadpool tournaments going on here and here and here and here. When you buy your whatever it is, the process of, it's no different than buying a modern day smart TV, right? When you get your game out of the box, part of the setup of the game is get a free Insider account and connect your game, and it works, pretty much the same, right? We walk you through it, and so yeah, it's the world we live in.
Could you imagine when I know you were in the amusement industry before this, but in 1994 AMOA, you guys wheeled in all the Corvettes, or whatever, could you imagine something like this happening? I mean, the ability to, have everyone come together, be able to see all this stuff, interact at the same time. I mean,
no, I tell you, I honestly, the arc of my career, I had no idea the things that we would be able to do and the things that, how much fun, it's been a ton of work, but it's also been a lot of fun. I've spent, before COVID, I was traveling to Virginia where our, one of the groups that worked on this is, and, I would camp out there for some amount of time and work with those guys on how does this work? How do we make this better? How do we, what's the ins and outs of this? At Expo, I've got some screens I'm going to show that hopefully, to give people an idea of what it took, because it'll blow your mind. All the flows, all of the user interface flows for the web app, for the real app, for at the game, at the portals, on your computer. I mean, it's mind-boggling.
I can only imagine. I'm excited to see that. I did have another question. I've got a lot of questions coming in on Twitch, and I'm trying to save the good ones.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I know there was something about this last year, but some people are asking about connectivity for streamers. Is there any, or can you speak on this? Is there anything on Insider Connected that will assist with streaming Stern Spike 2 pinball machines?
So the biggest issue with this are the copyright rights.
Yeah.
The licensor, I think you'll find that a lot of the streamers have run into this, where they get warnings, they get shut down because they're basically, the copyrights, the systems that monitor that stuff aren't sophisticated enough to realize what's going on. And so it's not that we don't want to do it, but it's a challenge. It's a legal challenge. It's not a technical challenge at all.
Sure. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, there are, in some titles now, there are like a streaming friendly mode in the options, correct?
Usage rights is just it's a really complex subject. And trust me, we're very interested in it because it is all promotional stuff for the games. And so, but it's a tough one, and especially when you have games that have video footage from a licensor, or you have audio, you have a specific music that you've paid for the rights in certain environments. And so it's a very complex, really complex problem.
It's a minefield that is best treaded very carefully.
Yeah.
I see also, and again, some of these people may have joined recently, but they've been asking the price and people have been informing them. But can you also mention again, if someone wanted to put Insider Connected on their first run Iron Maiden or their LE or their Batman with the unique aprons, can you go over that one more time, please?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So kits will be available in November. They're going to be they're first going to operators because we want more people getting their hands on the system. And operators clearly expose more people to it. The kits will be sold through dealers and distributors. They'll also be sold on the Stern website. The price of the kits is $199.99. And that gives you the QR reader, whatever you need, whether it's a bottom arch or whatever it is that you need for your game, even the special games. Every price is the same. It doesn't matter whether you're getting a Batman and you're getting the trick cool bottom arch, or you're getting a game that just all you get is the module, and you get all the everything that you need to connect the games. So $199.99 available November, operators first. And then the other thing that you should know is if you have a new old title coming, in other words, if it hasn't been built yet, it's not in your hands, you've got a Deadpool on order, you've got a Jurassic Park on order, you've got an Iron Maiden on order, whatever it is that you've got on order, if it's built, after probably November, it's coming with it, and it's not costing you. Your game will arrive with the system installed, and you don't need a kit. So if you've got a game on order, you get a Mandalorian on order, it's probably coming with a kit.
Okay.
So everything that all new builds of old titles, post Godzilla. Right now, we're building a lot of Godzillas, and it's being interrupted by different, small runs to keep everybody happy, because we have a huge number of back orders on games, partially due to COVID, some of it due to the popularity of the games. And so, yeah, so I mean that's what you got to know. It's $199.99. It's intended, it's $200 retail price, and so it's intended to let everybody get into it and get people adopting and having a good time.
I think the user on Twitch says, okay, so the aprons are free. No, the apron is part of the package you are paying for, correct? When I come to you and I say, George, I need to update my 2020 Deadpool, I will be getting an apron that is ready to accept Insider.
The very first question is it a Deadpool Pro or Deadpool Premium or an LE, right? If you're a Premium or LE,
depending on the apron.
Right, so premiums and LEs don't get an apron. They just they basically get the module that replaces your corner plastic on the right side, and you get you get the Wi-Fi dongle, and you get whatever cabling you need, and you get the instruction set, and you get some decals, and you get stuff like that. Okay. Now, if you have a Pro, you're getting an apron, mostly because none of the Pro aprons had the opening. And then people with special games, Stranger Things, UV Kit, all that stuff. Don't worry, we got you. You're not throwing anything out. Everything's going to work. So everything plugs and plays and all the games are available. Essentially, any Spike 2 game can be connected. So that's the easiest way to know a Spike 2 game is, does it have an LCD in the back box? If it's a Stern game with an LCD in the back box, it's a Spike 2 game. You're good to go. You are good to go. You can connect that game. And by the way, go get a free Insider account, and the next time you run into a connected game, try it out. And you're going to run into a connected game on the street. Probably the very first ones you're going to see, because all Godzilla ships connected are Godzilla. So when you go to Godzilla, get your account, log in, check it out, play with it, have fun with it. Really, it's kind of cool. And I think you'll see at Expo, one of the things I'm really looking forward to at Expo is seeing people's reactions to the variety in the achievement sets and the interactions with the system, the profile badges, just different things, just tracking your score, the leaderboards, all this kind of stuff that you're gonna first touch at Expo is very cool.
Exciting, and so soon. Expo's next weekend.
Yep.
And you've cut all this time out to sit and talk to us. Thank you.
Trust me, the boys in the studio are jamming.
I can only imagine. I've got one of our friends of the show from Croatia who tunes in every week, even though there's a crazy time difference. He asks, will this be available, the Insider Connected be available only in the USA, or will this be compatible around the world?
No, it's international. And the biggest difference between this is that every country, and trust me, I feel like I have a law degree in international law now, because I had to we spent so much time and money with our law firm, understanding all of the rules and regulations of all of these different countries that we sell games into, because they are very different. And so our friends in Western Europe, all of the things that we and they can give away as promotions are substantially different than the things we can give away here. Our friends in Canada, the rules are different. And our friends within the states, there are differences state to state. So I think will the system be there? Yes, the system will be there. Our achievement's going to be there? Yes, absolutely. Our profile badge is going to be there? Yes. Are some of the gamification things going to be there? All the game side stuff, like some of the content drops, some of the surprises, some of the some of the interactions, the unlocks, all that stuff are going to be there. The things that where the biggest international challenge comes in that the laws of the jurisdiction that the game operates in have to be abided by. And so that's really but everything else, I mean, you can be Insider Connected, be in wherever you are. And I reckon, go get an account, Go
Yeah,
get an
everyone
account.
should be doing that right now.
Yeah.
Every computer has the ability to open up another tab, so go sign up if you haven't. Daniel says thank you.
SternPinball.com/insider.
Go for it. Nolan, one of another constant viewers, says that now that you're almost done with Insider, which you're totally not, is it time for another game? Or are we going to get NBA Fast Break 2? I'm going to say please.
All right.
Please, please, please.
So here, you want me to give you a what do they call that? A world first exclusive on your show?
Yes, I think that would be really cool. Please do.
A world first exclusive in the show, in spite of the fact that I've been like hammered, buried, living, breathing, eating Insider Connected. You're going to see a game from me in 22.
Boy. All right. I guess I better start saving my pennies. That's very exciting. Is this a COVID project? Something when you were at home, you had lots of time to draw up, or? Oh, we've got a lot of positive responses, lots of hell yeses and huzzahs. Okay.
You'll see.
I think we're all very excited. That's awesome. That's so exciting.
It's damn near killed me, but yes.
Let's see. Someone is asking questions that might be legalese, but I think I'll ask it just to get your answer.
Yeah.
With the addition of Insider Connected now for older games, will that mean that Spike 2 game licenses be renewed and titles run for some time?
It depends.
I guess what they're... Okay.
Yeah, I know what he's asking. He's asking, so when we license a property, an intellectual property, like, whatever it is, that license has a duration. And so some games, the license expired. And so if it's a game that we continue to have demand for, we usually renew licenses. Mm-hmm. So if it's a game that is tapered off and there's less interest, then probably we won't renew the license. So you are in luck because probably there are most of the games in that 17 game library are gonna get game specific achievements and all that stuff. Now, if a game license has not been renewed, the challenge comes in that it's difficult to get approval for new content. But sure. you're in really good, we're in pretty good shape with most of that.
Here's another interesting question too. Just like I think where it's coming from is just like the game will track like high scores for certain modes or multi-balls, etc. Shellshock asks, will they add mini high scores in the game that will be shown on Insider Connected? Again, like he said, if, for example, your Boba Fett multi-ball and the Boba Fett mode in Star Wars or whatnot.
Yeah, so there's a lot of conversation about the resolution of tracking stuff. Now, I'll tell you where we're going. We are going in that direction. You may not see it for a while, and that's because one of the things that we're developing is a tool that will allow you to analyze how you play. And so it's sort of think of it as a performance monitor / improvement coach.
Okay.
So think of it as that will allow you to know more about how you specifically navigate through the games, and it'll also give you, if we do it right, it'll give you some insight into some strategies and some things. But I'll tell you that there's a lot of stuff in front of that, and so it's coming down the road. You'll get bits and pieces of it before you see the whole thing.
I think that's the thing. We definitely need to keep our excitement in check, because they are rolling out, or Stern, not they, you guys are rolling out a lot of a lot of everything all at once, and all of these really neat tidbits that will make the experience on Insider Connected even more exciting are going to be coming down the road.
Across 22, for sure. Okay. Throughout, for certain, all through 22, you're going to get content drops that add features and functionality to the system, to the games, etc. After that, what it doesn't mean that you're still going to continue to get content drops. I said it's a living, breathing ecosystem, and you have to maintain it, and we absolutely are committed to it. To maintain it. The only thing that happens is that hopefully we'll have by the end of 22, we'll have the core, structure, the full feature set of functionality for lots of different things. It doesn't mean that new features, new stuff won't be introduced beyond that, because it has to be. They have to be.
To keep it fresh forever.
And also you're talking about as the. Remember, I was talking about the 12 months of Deadpool or the 12 months of whatever. The focus of content for any given year is going to revolve around the games that we're launching and the games that are popular, whatever they are. So what you have to keep in mind is that popular games are going to get the attention, because that's that's essentially the largest audience.
Absolutely, yeah. So maybe Batman and might take a back step to get some of that super fresh stuff, just because it is 4 or 5 years old now. But
yeah, it just really depends. It really depends. It the back catalog of
it must be daunting.
It is, and it's great that we love it. We love you guys for it. We love the interest in the games, and when you're sitting in your house and you're waiting for a game that that we're going to build again, but that we launched 4 years ago. It's amazing, and it's cool, and we love you for it. So if the interest stays in the game, we'll figure out a way to support it.
That sounds fair. I see a guy here, and you mentioned like with the coaching setup, and I was kind of thinking this while you were explaining something a while ago, but thinking about the way that Iron Maiden's like bonuses, which is really neat, right? Your bonus is calculated off of many things, but like switch hits. But inside the logic of the game, it is keeping track of when this mode is started, when it is ended, when this is started, when it ended. A fella on Twitch here says that he'd love some per game stats. Yeah. Or something like that. I think that would be neat, to be able to, you finish your game and you're like, you spent this long here, you did this here, you did that here.
So, we actually have, so there's a body of that already exists in audits. There's a body of that exists in audits already. So it's a question of, it's a question of extending that and exposing it to the system. Right, because when we tune games, we know how far you got. We know what you were scoring. We know where people focus, right? And we know a lot about the progression strategies in each game. So we know that now. We look at the audits. We also we play them ourselves, etc. So it's a question of getting that data and presenting it to you, exposing it, and presenting it to you in a certain way. But I think a lot of the bones of that sort of exist in the audit in the conventional audit system.
Yeah, they do, and it would be a fun way, a good challenge to extrapolate that data and present it in a fun way to make you keep going, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I get keys to my friends' games on location, I always like to go in and check flipper hits and always see why is the right flipper always much higher than the left? Is it right-handed people?
Yeah.
But what's up with that? Let's see. Do you think? I guess I'm excited to see where the social aspect comes to when you're talking about forums. Some people have been asking about, how will forums be moderated, etc. I'm sure that's already taken care of, but when you talk about the game forums, will that be part of the premium subscription to Insider Connected, the all access? No, it will not.
It will not be all access. They'll be available to everybody.
Okay. That's exciting. The moving forward, what do you see in the demand? I mean, in the week or so that since these have been out, what are the things that you're seeing, the demands or the requests from customers and owners that maybe you guys didn't have?
Right.
That didn't cross your mind while you were developing. Have you found anything interesting? Good suggestions?
We've had, and it's very interesting because a lot of the feedback, enthusiast operators have been very proactive and very positive, very high on the system. And so we've gotten a lot of guys saying, I really want to be able to do this. Can I do that? And so, there's a whole. So we keep a running list of everything that people have been suggesting and talking about. The one really good thing is that a lot of times people are asking for things that are designed and planned already, and that's really. That makes me rest easy that, okay, we're not that far off the mark.
Yeah, you're not on left field.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they're asking for things that, this is coming already. Simple things. I want to be able to put in a zip code and find games. Yeah, absolutely, coming. So stuff like that. I want to be able to query, based on that zip code, who's running quests. Right? Who's running promotions? Right? Where's that? Who's giving away? Where's that free Stern pinball machine going to be given away?
Columbia, South Carolina. I'll take George Gomez game 2022. I think we are. Oh, sorry, Emoto. What were you going to say?
Right. That's a really good question. There is an email, I believe it's insider.connected@sternpinball.com.
Cool. That's definitely something y'all need to get on when you have the good ideas. Don't barrage it. Our friend of the show, Rampomatic, has a question. How long until the app launches? Is there any plans?
I think I want a Rampomatic mode in my next game. I think I'm gonna have to do that. Rampomatic. I like that.
Rampomatic, he produces ramps for us. He takes the unloved, not super popular games and reproduces the ramps, and they're incredible. So
Rampomatic. I like that.
Rampomatic.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what was Rampomatic's question?
Rampomatic's question was, is there a approximate release date for the application for the phones?
The dedicated app?
Yes.
Early, probably 22, sometime in 22.
Yeah, when it's done.
But I mean, but honestly, the web app right now works pretty seamlessly. And other than the fact that you're hitting a button, one button to get to it, and which you would, like, there are like a billion workarounds for. It's not hard to get to a web app anymore.
Just open up a separate tab like I do. Keep it there separate from everything else, and then just open it up when you're ready to play.
But you don't even, it's like when you so here's another quick one, another shortcut. If you're an Insider member and you walk up to any connected machine, just scan the QR code that's on the machine itself. And
there you go.
You're going boom right there, and then have your password and your login in the passwords in your phone, and you're done, right? Or
it adds one step between an app, a dedicated app,
or walk up with. Let's go a step further. You're already signed up. You've got a QR code. Just put a picture of it in your phone, and boom, you're there.
Even easier. Or tattoo it on your wrist, like you said you would.
Right here, QR code.
Just right on your palm.
So, and then eventually you'll see promotions, right? Because like a beer company might put free play QR codes on their cans, or a sandwich company, a sandwich company might give you free plays if you buy a sandwich, and you walk up and scan your wrapper, and you never know.
There's possibilities everywhere.
I know.
Okay.
It's like, what can you say? It's easy.
I think we've come up almost on our allotted amount of time that we've had to pull you away from doing your actual job. But right. I think, do you have a second for just a few more questions?
Sure, absolutely. I'll hang out all night long if you want. I've like, Insider's launched.
It is, yeah. So you do have your little bit of a break.
Yeah, people are signing up every day. We have a little dashboard that shows me signups every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the very first thing I check in the morning, and
that must feel good.
Very first thing I check at night. It's awesome. It's awesome. You guys are loving it. People are signing up, which is just awesome.
I had to sign up right away to make sure I could get the simple username of Black Cat. And then I had to tell Mike Guidarelli that there needs to be a cat icon. There just has to be. Come on.
Yeah. So there's going to be, actually, you're going to see lots of avatar stuff coming. There's there's a bunch of really cool avatar things in the works. Along with there's an awesome pinball, like custom pinball collection that is coming, virtual pinballs. You guys are going to have them, but it's very cool.
There's so much to look forward to. Okay, here's a question. What was George Gomez's Eagle Scout project?
Wow, okay, all right. So you got time for me to talk about this?
Yeah, I've got all night as well. So Steve's got a beer. Right. I could sit and listen all night. Go for it.
All right. So I don't know, most of the audience doesn't realize what that is, but so I'll talk a little bit about it. So I'm an Eagle Scout. You're an Eagle Scout for life once you earn it. And one of the things that you have to do, amongst all the beyond earning merit badges and getting different ranks and holding leadership positions in the troop and all that stuff, one of the last things that you have to do is called the Eagle Service Project. It's a community service project, and it is one of the most daunting parts of the experience because the idea is that it is supposed to test your leadership skills and your ability to organize and plan, and it should be something that is of significant service to the community.
Okay.
So now, you're somewhere between, you have to get Eagle before you're 18. I did it when I was 15, I think. So and some guys are like, I don't know, they're 13 or 14 or something, if they're like amazing wizards. But so it took me, till I was 15, and I lived in a community. So when you do your service project, you have to write it up, and you have to submit it, and somebody has to approve it, and a committee of people approve it. A committee of people at the council level or at the district level, I forget, not someone in your troop. So you write this thing up. It's like a freaking term paper. You write it up. I want to do this, and this is why I want to do it. And this is my plan to do it, execute. And so my service project, I searched around, and it was difficult to figure out what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, et cetera. So I'm Cuban. I don't know if you guys don't realize this. I'm Cuban. I came to this country as a refugee when I was 7, and my native tongue is Spanish. I speak Spanish. I spoke Spanish before I spoke English, and I lived in a community that was in a neighborhood that was somewhat mixed, and there was a community center, the Howard Street Community Center in Rogers Park. It was not a great part of town. And
is this in Chicago?
Yep. And there was a guy running this community center, and I one day, in a flash of inspiration, I used to take the L to go to high school, and I got off the L, and I'm walking past the community center, and all this time I'm trying to figure out what am I going to do for my service project? What do I do? And I saw this community center. I rolled in there, and I said to this guy, I'm trying to become an Eagle Scout, and I'm doing this, and I need to do a community service project. And how can I help you? Like, what can I do for you? And this guy said, we run a program. He said, you speak. He clearly a lot of Hispanics in the neighborhood, and he said to me, he says, do you run or do you speak Spanish? And I said, I do. And so he said, so we have been trying to do English classes for the community, and we can't get anyone to sign up. So no one, none of the community that they're aimed at is not signing up for the classes. So I said, oh, that's interesting. So let me see if I can make a difference. Let me see if I can get people to sign up. So I took it upon myself to organize this campaign to reach out into the community and get this guy some people signed up for the classes, and I did, and it was a success. And so it was one. You go through this whole series of steps. The service project is just one thing, but it's a big thing, and you have to organize it, run it, manage people, and make this happen, and do it all, and do it on your own. And so, so that's the thing. So the guy asking must be an Eagle Scout, or he must be,
or just knows that. Is that something you've put out there before, that you are an Eagle Scout?
I have put it out there that I'm an Eagle Scout. I don't know if anyone. And there are a couple of Eagle Scouts in the community. I have a couple Eagle Scouts on my staff.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, Mr. Tim Sexton is an Eagle Scout.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. I'd be curious to see what his Eagle Scout project was.
Right. Yep. Yeah. So.
That's really neat. That's a noble. It's a neat way to bring your where you came from to where you are to make it a better place, right? I mean, immigrants are what made America and made America a wonderful place, right? So I think that's a really incredible story. Did you have any contact with that group after you set up that community service? Not really. You set the groundwork and
not much. I did my thing, and then it's a when you're 15, there's a whole lots of other things also going on. So
that's what I was gonna say. When I was 15, I don't think I would have had the patience to do that because I was probably too busy playing pinball. But we had someone in the chat actually say my daughter is going for her Eagle and will be one of the first girl groups to get the BSA Eagle Scout. That's pretty amazing.
That's, women started getting Eagle, I think last year. Maybe it was, I think it might have been last year, the year before. They are new to it. They are new to it, and it's awesome. I'm seeing all of these. I'm a member of the National Eagle Scout Association, which is a group that mentors new kids coming up trying to do it. And so I think that it's great to see women participating and getting it. I mean, there's lots of women are earning it.
Yeah, that's really special. That's neat. The person says it's been about 2 years since women have been able to go for Eagle, and that's been life-changing for her. So,
yep.
My next question I would ask you. What was your most challenging project, whether it be at Stern Pinball in the last decade plus or at Williams?
My most challenging project
or
really,
maybe not an overarching project either. Maybe something silly like the moving LT5 engine in Corvette, which I forsake you for making me work on, but still.
I have a history of those. Those I could bury you in those.
One day, that's another program.
I think the arc of growing Stern Pinball over the since I got involved with it has the last whatever it's been 10, 11 years of my life has been if you take a step back, it's like the most obvious answer given the exhaustion of Insider Connected is to tell you that Insider Connected was, but but I think if you look at if you really talk about a challenge, right? You were talking about Eagle Scout, and I'll tell you that that experience as a young person is impactful to you because what it does is there was a moment in time when achieving that was the most difficult, impossible thing that you could imagine, right?
Sure.
Because it takes years to do it. It takes years to do it, and it takes consistency, and it takes. Now the good news is that journey is revolves around fun. So there's challenges and there's work and there's learning and there's all this stuff, but there's lots of fun stuff to do it in and with, right? But there was a time when I looked at that and I said to myself, no, in my troop, no one had done it for 20 years. So wow. I had no one I had never met. I didn't know. And the adults in the troop, they didn't know how to get a kid to be an Eagle Scout. But the reason I'm telling you the story is we're talking about challenges, right? And so one of my great takeaways from that experience is that I've referenced that experience throughout my life, through hard things in my life. Every time I've bumped into hard things in my life, I think back about how freaking impossible that seemed when I was 13, right? When I was 13 and I was looking forward at I was like, or when I was 11 and I was looking forward, I was like, that was even more daunting, right? Because you were like, oh my God, who can do that? So, and I bumped into that stuff in college. I bumped into that stuff at work lots of times. Insider has been freaking challenging.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I can't tell you the number of times I thought, so you accomplish things because you referenced the times when you were challenged and you figured it out. What's the takeaway? The takeaway is work it. Like just don't, just keep pounding it, and you're gonna get there.
You will cross that mountain. You will climb it. You'll get to the top.
I think so. I don't. It's like I don't have. It's not always about getting it right. It's sometimes you just got to keep at it. And I got a history of failures. I got like, you guys people only see the ones where you won or they think they're great, but I got lots of them. So challenges, building Stern Pinball to be the company it is today was a big freaking challenge. I didn't do it alone. I huge help along the way to all the other people that contributed to what we are. Insider Connected has been a bitch.
Only imagine.
I can't tell you. It's like you have no idea. And people look at it and they go, achievements.
Yeah, that's easy. Yeah, when you do this, you get that. Fine, whatever.
I know. Yeah, so I think the games are, the games have been tough. Every once in a while, you bump into one that kicks you in the ass, but yeah.
I think I could probably say this for everyone listening, watching, doing. We can see the difference that you and not just you, the entire team, everyone, and what you've done at Stern to turn Stern into what it is now versus what it was 20 years ago when you were the sole man on the hill, the last manufacturer of pinball machines. And
Yeah.
It's been a crazy journey. And definitely in the last 10 years, it's just been, it's just gotten better and better.
Seth Davis, it started like today was his first meeting, with the company and meeting in the company, working. And I couldn't help but think that I thought, man, talk about a scenario, a place that can make your head spin. Right?
Sitting at a company level at Stern.
Yeah. No, because of all of the, because the date that, like, people don't see the day-to-day challenges, right? They don't see the people standing on their heads to make sure that we get material, the people fighting to and make stuff happen, the design teams fighting their battles, to get their games done and cost for what they need to and be cool and I mean, just the myriad of moving parts that it takes to be a pinball company of the magnitude that we are is just. So I thought this guy sat in a meeting where we talked about stuff from A to Z, and I thought, oh my God, I hope
you didn't scare him off.
Yeah, I hope we didn't scare him off, right?
Oh man. Well, hey, but people have told me pinball's easy. What do you mean it's complicated?
Right.
Distributors, peoples, humans.
Yeah,
Emoto's walking over here. She wants me. Are we doing our giveaway right now?
You can sign off with George so we can go back to work.
But I don't want George to go back to work. I want to keep talking to him. What do you mean?
Talk to him for like 3 more hours and he won't.
Yeah, okay. He needs to keep working on his next thing. Okay, George, so not to put you on the spot. Okay, one more question.
Okay,
this can be a simple one. Favorite electromechanical pinball machine?
Wow.
If you don't have an answer, favorite pre-1990 pinball machine?
Yeah. You know what? I always kind of liked Flight 2000.
Good choice. He said Flight 2000. That's a good one. Perry Williams classic. I love that.
I have to tell you that I also I thought that when I did Beatles, I thought that in doing Beatles, and I wasn't that familiar with Sea Witch before I did Beatles, and in doing Beatles, I really got an appreciation for what he did before me.
The magic of early Stern pinball games. Mike Cuban, right?
Yeah, Mike Cuban, and
it's a
Mike
brilliant game.
Yeah, and so it was with a lot of sort of trepidation that I did move every post. I did move. I tweaked everything, and I felt somewhat. I was like, I don't know. This is Mike's work, and so it was a little awkward. It was a little awkward, and I hope I took the approach that, man, I hope he's looking down at this, and I hope he thinks I did it justice.
I think we can all say that you did, because it flows great and it plays wonderfully. I'm going to have to say, not to put you on the spot, I think I need to ask you, you might need to sit down and do this again with us sometime. It might be more talking, not 100% about Connected, but maybe we need to keep sharing some of these stories. So I will email you and we can try to figure this out.
Anytime you guys want. I mean, I enjoy doing these things. You guys ask me questions. I didn't imagine I was going to get a question about my Eagle service project.
You never know what you're going to get when everyone on the internet, all 100 and something people.
My Eagle service project.
That was a great story. That's neat, though. There's more behind the people than just the pinball, right? And that's great.
Nobody's one dimensional, right? Nobody's one dimensional.
No, it's absolutely not. Yeah. Emoto, can you please come over here and not screw everything up? I'm not touching anything. George, thank you very much for sitting here with us, talking to us. Sorry about technical difficulties. We didn't get to do everything we wanted to do, but I think hearing the passion in the projected roadmap of Insider Connected. It was probably very interesting to most people. I was very enthralled.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you that when I say it's free. No in-app purchases, give it a shot. I mean, if you hate us, delete the link, but you should try it. You're not going to hate it, and you may love it. So sign up, give it a shot.
I don't think there's any way to hate it. All right, George, thank you very much.
Thanks,
have fun at Expo. Good luck. Don't work too hard.
Thanks. Talk to you later. All right. Adios, Imoto. See you, Kyle.
Bye. Okay, Emoto's fixing stuff. We're going to do the giveaway. We didn't forget about it. Sorry, I've been couldn't stop listening to George. I had 1.5 eyes on Emoto trying to see what was going on. We've been having all sorts of technical errors. No, it went great, but I was really excited, and I was really excited to get over to the game and kind of show people how to set up Insider Connected. Maybe we'll do that later. Maybe I'll shoot a quick video and we could throw that in. It's so easy. It's dumb easy. The hardest thing was getting the Wi-Fi password right because I typed it in incorrectly twice. It's really wonderful. And thanks for asking the app questions. I was also had another eye, a quarter of my eye, going over to Twitch and YouTube and such to try to find the questions. So that was awesome. It was great talking to George. It's incredible the amount of, it's incredible that they probably think other than Gary Stern, George Gomez probably had more directional power in the last 30 years of pinball than anybody else. Did Joe Kamenkow? I mean, he's been in it so dang long and has done so much. It's hard to not get awestruck when I get to talk to these people sometimes, so I'm anxious. It's not a glamorous thing. I get clammy and scared and sorry, now I'm trying to keep the talking going. I should remember all the time I spent in college radio, but my voice is gone. Is anyone here going to Expo? I will not be. Emoto will be. Emoto, how do we do this drawing? Do you want to take the command seat back?
You should play some pinball because I set up a cool shot for you.
How do I play with the camera?
You have the longest arms in pinball.
Okay.
Jack
is here.
Jack Danger would have said that he had the longest arms in pinball, but you're taller and longer than he is. That's messed up, right? I'm sorry, Jack.
Not necessarily mean my wingspan is lesser. He could have longer arms than I.
Yeah, Jack might have longer arms than you. You're right.
When I go in meet Jack in person again, I will bring my jean jacket so we can be twinsies, and then we'll see how much our arms.
All right, y'all. So Kyle's gonna play a few rounds of Godzilla. Midge, you don't have long arms, but if you want to play with him, feel free. And I'm going to take all the names that were in our giveaway, and we're gonna do 2 giveaways. All right, y'all. The first one will be for a Godzilla banner that you can kind of see at the corner of the screen. Do you guys see that? And the second one will be for a 1-year subscription to Insider Connected. So the all access subscription. Very awesome. I wish I was still able to connect to Kyle. What is that little? Does that say my name? Oh, well.
Right hand, AWS, aka Black Cat. I will now start the game.
What are your initials? Oh, you didn't want to play and give me some more points? It's cheating. All right, y'all. I want to see the chat. Where are you guys? Thank you, everyone, for joining. Oh, Jim Graham's going. That's awesome. Who else is going to Expo? We'll see you there. Don't forget, there's so much going on at Expo. Just to let you guys know, while I set this up, there's going to be a Stern Pinball Insider Connected Expo party at Logan Arcade on Thursday night. And you get a special Insider Connected badge for signing up and playing there, which is going to be really exciting. And then all weekend at Expo for Friday and Saturday, we are going to have a Stern stage at the Stern booth. And we're going to do this thing called Drinks with Jack. And he's going to be interviewing the Stern elites. So that's going to be really fun. All the guys are already putting in their drink requests to me. And Saturday night, we are doing a pinball costume contest in lieu of Halloween and celebrating pinball and stuff like that. So come dressed up, try to win some awesome prizes. You can find all this information on the Stern website under the news category, or check out their Facebook page or Instagram, which they are posting all the event details for there too. So it's going to be a really fun, eventful expo. So yeah, let's see. I got all the names in, and I'm loading it into a challenge generator. I mean, a random name picker. Oh, look, it's just the back of Kyle's head.
Yeah, sorry.
Ugh.
It's by law, Lars. I mean, you got a dog, man.
How many people are going as Gary? Yeah, so that's the other thing too. I know it's only like a week away and you might scramble to get your costume together, but you know, the only thing we require is when you come up on the stage with your costume is just give us a sentence on how it relates to pinball. It could be broad. You know, the more unique and creative your answer is, the better the judges might score you. So have fun with it. Yeah. Go dress up as, I was going to dress up as Jack Danger if he dressed up as me, but I don't think he wants to do that. So that idea went down the toilet. All right, y'all.
Shot. Just the top of your head. I can't take power pose any further. There you go. You got it.
All right.
Power level. You gotta get it under the
Yeah, they can hear you. That's awesome. Okay. So we could hear you. All right, I'm picking a random name. Sorry, you guys can't see it. You just have to trust me. Trustworthy. And the winner is Brian Rogers. This is for the Godzilla banner. If you are here, say hi. Brian Rogers. Brian Rogers, if you are here, send us an email to marcotv@marcopinball.com with your address, and we will send you a very epic Godzilla banner designed by Zombie Yeti. Art by Zombie Yeti.
Steve, go. Split flipper? Yeah, split flipper. All right.
Oh, so this weekend is Rocky Mountain Pinball Showdown and Game Room Expo in Denver, Colorado. That's awesome. I hope you guys have an amazing show.
Okay.
All right. Let's go for the next one. This is for the Insider Access. So this is the all access subscription, a 1-year subscription to Stern's Insider Connected. You get the exclusive podcasts and articles and stuff that you only get with this subscription. So it's really, really cool. All right, let's see what it is.
Where's the fun in that? There's no fun in that.
And the winner for the all access 1-year subscription to Stern Insider Connected is Orlan Santos. So congratulations. Orlan Santos. Yes, it's in the rules that you need to be here for it. I guess if no one responds since the guys are playing, we can keep going. Because definitely we want you to be here to say you must be present in the stream in the chat to accept. So right now we're looking for Brian Rogers and Orlan Santos. If you guys are here, say something in the chat. Otherwise, we'll keep drawing names. What do you think, guys? Orlan is here. Yay! You won the subscription. That's so exciting. So Orlan, please just shoot us an email with your information. I guess I don't really need your address, but I am going to connect you with the Stern IT team to get you registered. So I know, send me an email with your email that you have subscribed to Insider Connected. And I think that will help us get you your subscription. Yay. Georgia Pinball is like, I really want to win this Godzilla banner. Oh, Gary Bennett, I'm about to purchase a $35 shuffleboard manual. Can a brother get a promo code? Gary, we do have our regular Thursday promo code. It is free shipping for orders over $99. So you might need to add a few more bucks to your cart. But I'll go ahead and post that now. It's in all caps, PT-connected. And that is also $10 off international shipping for orders over $99. We can hear you guys in the chat on the stream before you start hanging out.
Yeah. I'm not doing it because we might get the MC.
Okay. So Brian Rogers didn't show up, right, y'all? No Brian Rogers? Brian? We're going to go again then.
Do it again.
Yeah? Okay, because this is for the Godzilla banner. The art is just so amazing. It has this giant... Can you actually zoom out with that camera and show this awesome banner?
Oh, yeah, I don't want this in the back of my head anymore, so...
Okay, yeah, look at the top screen above me. This will look great in your home arcade or at your public arcade. Can new people join in the giveaway? Yeah.
It look good everywhere.
Fitz Pinball says, pick me. All right, I'm going to drop in this giveaway code one more time, and then I'm going to refresh my sheet, and then we'll do it to give everyone an equal chance.
Okay, I'm replaying it.
Wasn't that so awesome to have George Gomez on our stream? He's so amazing. All right, there's the link right there. Click it, sign up now. I can watch you guys sign up. I will refresh. Give me a few moments. Oh, there Kyle is scanning his QR code. You scanned your QR code. Big money. No. Do we have any Beatles banners left? I think we got rid of our last Beatles banner during Allentown this year. We might have one more. We'll see. If we have a Beatles banner left on our next big show where we do a giveaway, I will send that to y'all. All right. Do I need to post this in Twitch too?
Anyone else see that?
Oh, there it is in Twitch. Sorry, y'all. Doesn't this game play so smooth though? The shots are so satisfying, and the way they whip around everywhere. That one goes bloop, 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 bloop. That one goes bloop, bloop, and then that one's like cha cha cha.
Honestly,
it's so nuts. Why is the volume on Godzilla turned way down? That's a good question. I turned it down earlier when George was talking, but Kyle can turn it back up. Yeah, George is so down to earth. I remember the first time I interviewed him was like in 2015 or 16. I was so nervous. He was my first pinball celebrity interview. And I was so nervous that I didn't even post it. And it was about Ghostbusters. That was 2016. Thanks, Obi. I know, Adams. It's coming. Q4. I'm working on new swag. All right. Is everyone signed up? We're going to do Orland won the all access subscription, 1-year subscription. And then now, oh yeah, we got a lot of shells in here. Now we're going for the epic Godzilla banner. And then after that, we gotta prep for the next shows. There's so many shows coming up in this next few weeks. We as Marco will be at Midwest Gaming Classic, which is November 4th weekend, and then we will be flying straight to Houston Arcade Expo, which is the following weekend on the 12th through the 14th. And those are just the two that we're going to. There's, I think, like 6 or 7 that are coming up. You know, Rocky Mountain, Free Play Florida, Music City, Multicon, Pintastic. The list goes on. Check it out, pinballcalendar.com, or obviously on Pinside events. All right, I stalled enough time to let you guys come on in. I got 69. Okay, here we go. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Who's it gonna be? Michael Palero. You are the winner, Mr. Palero. Congratulations. He is a Southern Californian pinball player. Thanks. The ramps. Oh yeah, Jim, the ramps and magnetic posts are really great. So Michael Palero, are you still in here? Because if you are, you want a banner. And if you're not, it's going to someone else. I'll give you a second to respond. A few seconds. Michael Palero. Well, I saw him in the chat earlier. Michael Palero. Please respond to accept your Godzilla banner. The other awesome thing, if y'all haven't seen Godzilla in person yet, definitely look at all the little details in the art. There's so many Easter eggs everywhere. It's so awesome. You gotta like stand at the back and like look under, look under the ramps. You just see the coolest stuff in there. Oh my God, touched by Palero. Oh my God, on Facebook too, messaging there. Yay, congratulations, Michael Palero. Send us an email to marcotv@marcopinball.com with your address, shipping address, and we will send you a banner. Congratulations. That's great. Boys said, I just met Michael. Nice guy. Awesome. Were you guys, everyone at the District 82 giant tournament? I heard a lot of people went to that.
And that's so.
All right, Kyle, it's like weird talking and not having someone else to talk with me.
No, well, because you're giving stuff away. I'm trying to be.
No, I know.
Check
I
this
just
out.
like,
Check this out.
that's what Jack does. And it's just
Everybody on the
loud.
internet here needs to tell us it. Oh, where am I? Hey. Oh, there I am. Oh, I'm coming back. We need to stream this game before you go home. What day should we do it?
Tonight or tomorrow?
I would do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Do you want to?
Yeah, let's do a
Am I
Marco
putting you on
after
the spot?
hours.
You're like, I don't
No.
want to.
I'll be working here anyway, so it'll be great. Awesome.
Play for a little bit.
Let's just play. Yeah. I want to get more experience points. I'm all about collecting points. So,
See? It's made for people like us who just need everything.
yeah. All right. So we're good. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. That was
Yeah.
really fun. I hope y'all learned something. I hope that was amazing because I thought it was.
That was a really great show. We appreciate it. And so now we are going to sign off. What else are we going to do? Oh, we're going to go raid someone on Twitch. I know every time you come near me, it makes me disappear. I'm gone. All right. Who do
Manu's
y'all
playing
suggest?
Elvis. Oh, awesome.
Who?
Manu was playing Elvis.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry I follow a
sounds where
bunch
we're
of Twitch
going.
streamers that I like to watch on the Marco channel just because that's the one logged in on my computer at work.
Perfect.
So, you know.
All right. So, y'all, we're going to go over. Is he at Free Gold Watch? Maybe?
I don't know. I don't think there's one. Oh, I haven't lived there in so long, but I don't think there's an Elvis there.
Oh, sit here through this ad.
Yeah, who likes ads? Man, wasn't that cool when I hit those ramps like 4 times in a row and it looked like I was a total pro, like a Jack Danger style, like good pinball guy for a minute? That's
Yeah.
what everyone was thinking. It's like,
I
Oh,
think
pinball.
someone said Kyle is really good at pinball.
oh yeah, he's a free gold watch.
All right, so we're gonna go over to Manu at Free Gold Watch playing Elvis.
San Francisco,
Uh-huh.
California.
Here, switch with me because I got a grade from the other.
Okay.
And you can say bye.
Okay, well, goodbye. All my friends, you mean all of our friends? Manu's really awesome. He's got great production on his streams, and he plays at my favorite location in San Francisco, Free Gold Watch. Yeah. So anyways, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we stream tomorrow. I think Emoto and I are down for it. Maybe I'll get my wife to come, and we'll learn how to destroy Tokyo as Godzilla. Yeah. Yo, Eska needs to get connected. Actually, she is. I think she made an account. I'm gonna text her right now. Goodbye. I want to see the raid when we raid Manu. It's coming. It's coming.